Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 here on this channel. Hey, if it's your birthday, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Now that we've gotten that on the way, I'm at my new desk location in the back of the shop, and honestly I like it a lot better. I just finished up my lunch, and while I was on my lunch I was sort of perusing through the internet and came across an interesting article about a company called Openbay out of Boston. And what Openbay apparently is doing is they have a service that ties into your OBD2 connector in your vehicle. That's anything post 1996. In fact, they talk about many insurance companies using their little connector that they plug into the OBD2 port, and it keeps track of your speed and your braking and those types of things and calculates insurance rates accordingly. What this service does is it provides information should your check engine light come on. And once your check engine light comes on, that information that goes along with that check engine light, from what I'm reading here, it almost sounds like they're also sending freeze data as well out to local repair shops that are affiliated with this service. Those repair shops then bid on the job, so they reach out to you via, I believe, your cell phone and say, hey, I'll fix that check engine light for a couple $100, whatever. It's an interesting concept. I've talked in the past on this channel about developing technologies in the automotive realm, and this is one of the things that I sort of saw coming. Not necessarily, what I saw was like IP addresses in your vehicle and the ability for it to send you an email or a text or something like that indicating that it had some sort of trouble code or fault. But this takes it a step further and puts it in the hands of the shops. It's kind of interesting, and as anybody that does this knows that the check engine light and the codes that you find in it and the freeze data you find within it are a really good stepping off point. Yes, a lot of the times it points you exactly in the direction where you need to be of a faulty sensor or some other component that may have failed. But take, for instance, in the case of a misfire, there are several things that could contribute to a misfire. So this is where it comes in, and what's going on in my head is I'm thinking, okay, well, I get the code, I get the freeze data, I see that it's a misfire, but is it a fuel delivery problem? Is it a spark delivery problem? Is it a mechanical issue with the engine? All these things that can contribute, vacuum leaks, all that. How can I glean that information just from the freeze data? I mean, some people are really good and they can narrow it down really well, but until you actually get under the hood, I think that's when your diagnosis truly begins. So this can of worms is opening up in my mind to where you're sending a customer, a potential customer, an estimate based on a repair on a vehicle you've never seen. So how do you handle that? As a shop, you want to bring in business, and this seems like a really good way to do that, to be affiliated with a company like this, because you're getting the opportunity to bid on jobs. But there you are bidding, and that opens things up also. So you've got perhaps a competitor that's underbidding you, and they go to that competitor to get the job or the work done, and so now you've got them in the shop, or your competitor has them in the shop. What do they do at that point? Oh, while we were in there, we found this, and this, which actually are going to cost more than our original bid. And I think the business model follows that, okay, they're already in the door, so here they are. I see some potential here as a way of helping those people and they describe these people in the article, that put gas in their car and go, and that's what they do. Yes, there really are people like that out there. It's hard to believe. That being said, is this an opportunity to take advantage of these people, or is this a real opportunity to help these people? It's also an opportunity, I think, for shops to get more business and bring in new customers. They bid on a job, the customer comes in, they take care of them, they say, hey, something that didn't show up on the OBD2 thing is your brakes are worn down, or your tires are getting low, or there's other issues here. The bid, and this is the slippery slope that I see, the bid is the bait. You get them into the shop, and then what? Because if this is this type of person, okay, so let's say it's a conscientious type of person that wants to maintain their vehicle but knows very little about it. So you get them into the shop, and somebody unscrupulous, and we've talked about bad mechanics and things like that in other videos, could take advantage of the situation and say, here's a couple $1,000s worth of repairs that your vehicle needs now, or else you're never getting out of here alive. I really can't stand those people. On the flip side, it's an opportunity for an honest shop owner to get somebody in and that can explain to the best of their ability what's going on to the customer, and perhaps look out for other issues that don't show up with an OBD2 scan. Is this the direction that we're going in the future? I think so. I think electronics and communication, either via your cell phone or whatever electronic device it is, the things you wear on your wrist now. The day is probably going to arrive when we've got the implants. We're in that brave new world, and we have all this great technology doing these things, enabling us to develop new business models like this, especially in the repair industry. But it's how it's handled, how it's always been handled. You know, I think a similar thing came about when ASE first started out. You would go through the process of the certification, you'd put the sign out front that would indicate that you made an effort to better your skills and your abilities to be somebody who was certified by a nationally recognized organization. And this would give your customers confidence that you were capable of performing the repairs on their vehicle. I'm not saying that this is equivalent to that, but you know, ASE eventually became a marketing ploy. And I think things like this will also do the same thing, but I think at a much more rapid pace. It took a lot longer for ASE, the word to get out as far as who they were and what they represented to the customer. But ultimately, I think that's what it does. I mean, yes, we get certified as technicians, but I think at the end of the day, it's really about giving the customer confidence that they're at the right place, that they're working with competent people. With all that being said, the new digital world that we live in, this is where we're headed. You know, we're headed to a place to where you may not ever physically have to walk into the shop. Or maybe there's something else here. Maybe there's a way for this to help the DIYer or something, to maybe send the information to your home computer that could automatically do searches on that code for your vehicle, that could give you a list of issues that have been found that are known to be associated with those codes on your vehicle. Interesting. I mean, this is day and age of information, and the numbers it represents, statistically speaking. We talked about pattern failures and pattern repairs in the past, about how machines that are from a similar production run seem to have similar problems around the same time. There's a list of those things out there available to the general public, not just to the dealership, that you could potentially leverage this information to perform your own repairs, should you be interested in doing so. I don't know, there's a lot there, a lot open for discussion that I'm going to put back to you, the viewers, to see what you think of it, because we're all about discussions here. In fact, there will be a link in the description to a discussion about this video and the topic within it over at my website. Also, hey, if you've got automotive questions, I would ask that you head over to ericthecarguy.com. There you will find many ways of solving your automotive issues. If you wish to connect with me socially, I can be found on Google+, Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram. And I am Eric the Car Guy. I close each of my videos with be safe, have fun, stay dirty. See you next time.